He invited his ex to our wedding. Tucker and I had been together nearly 4 years, engaged for one, and planning what I thought was our perfect wedding. Nothing extravagant, just about 80 guests, a charming outdoor venue strung with lights, and a barn reception. I had the dress, my bridesmaids, everything set. I was genuinely excited. Then, about a week before the wedding, Tucker started acting off. He got oddly particular about details he hadn't cared about before. I brushed it off as wedding stress. Totally normal, right? But then the weird requests began. First, he wanted to change our first dance song. Not just a tweak, he picked some obscure track I'd never heard of. When I asked, he vaguely said he'd heard it recently and thought it was perfect. I let it slide. Then, 3 days before the wedding, he casually told me he had asked his ex-girlfriend, Zara, to officiate our ceremony. I blinked. Wait, what? Zara, his ex of 2 years from college. He'd mentioned her here and there, always said they were on good terms but hadn't spoken in ages. Suddenly, she'd gotten ordained online and was excited to be part of our special day. I was stunned into silence. When I finally spoke, I asked when they'd reconnected. Tucker got defensive, said they'd been catching up for a few months. I asked to see their messages. Not my style, but under the circumstances, he refused, called me controlling, said it was a beautiful gesture between friends. That night, I barely slept. Something felt wrong. I called my maid of honor, Judy, and told her everything. While we were talking, Tucker texted me. Zara was driving into town that day to practice the ceremony. Could she stay at our place because hotels were too expensive? I saw red. I called Tucker, told him absolutely not. He blew up, said I was being irrational and that it was too late to find someone else. It wasn't. Our original officiant was still confirmed. I went to confront him in person, walked in to find him flipping through old photos, including ones of him and Zara. He scrambled to hide them. The conversation that followed? A bombshell. They hadn't just reconnected. They'd been talking daily for months. The song? It was their song from college. And the officiating? Tucker admitted he still had unresolved feelings and thought having Zara officiate would give him closure. I stood there, numb. My fiancé was using our wedding as a therapeutic breakup ritual with his ex. When I asked if he still loved her, he couldn't give me a straight answer. Just kept saying he was committed to us, but needed this to move on. I told him the wedding was off, that I deserved someone who didn't need emotional detox from an ex at the altar. He cried, begged, called my parents to intervene. They backed me 100%. And funny enough, Zara still came to town. Tucker moved in with her temporarily after I kicked him out.